Meeting of the Amherst Township Trustee is called to order. Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Abraham?
Here.
Lynch?
Here.
Urick?
Yes.
And Kish. Start with. I have the April 9th regular meeting minutes of the Amherst Township Trustees. The meeting was called to order at 7 o'clock p.m. by Trustee Lynch. There was pledge of the flag, roll call. Abraham, Lynch, Urick, and Kish were all present. Also in attendance were G. Lynch, S. D'Ambrosio, K. Smarsh, M. Orozco, L. Ashley, J. Wilhelm, C. Nyhart, and G. Scaletta Bremke. 4-124, a motion by Lynch, seconded by Urick, to approve the March 26, 2024 regular meeting minutes as presented. All ayes. 4-224, a motion by Lynch, seconded by Abraham, moved to approve the financial reports and payment of items on the payment listing as presented and with reservations. All ayes. Under audience concerns, Giovanna Scaletta Bremke introduced herself, and she is running for judge of the Lorain County Court of Common Pleas in November. Under correspondence, fiscal officer noted receipt of applications for 2024-2025 Lorain County Township Association membership. Anyone wishing to apply, please fill out the form and return to me as soon as possible. The Lorain County Public Health District Advisory Committee held their meeting on Thursday, March 28, 2024 at New Russia Township Lodge. Packets contain a recap of the meeting. There was follow-up regarding clarification of the inspection of the home sewer septic systems. See notes attached for more detail. A copy of the 2023 Lorain County Public Health Annual Report was also discussed. The Ohio Department of Commerce, Division of Liquor Control, sent a legislative notice that needs to be returned regarding a liquor permit for Whiskeyville Roadhouse. It was the consensus of the trustees that the issue did not require a hearing. The fiscal officer will fill out the required paperwork and file accordingly. Under reports for ambulance, there's a board meeting of the Sandstone Ambulance District on Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, 4 p.m. at the Amherst Fire Station. Under zoning, Zoning Inspector D'Ambrosio noted through today there were a total of 4 permits. Year-to-date, 8 total permits, with 1 new construction. He has also been handling complaints and working on getting properties cleaned up. Sam turned the floor over to Linda Ashley regarding many businesses in the township that do not have the conditional use permits that should. Through the zoning department, they would like to establish a new business registration in Amherst Township to begin to have a complete listing of businesses and also to make sure that businesses in the township have all the required documentation, including certificates of occupancy and conditional use permits. See attached fee structure that is being proposed. A discussion ensued and ended with a motion being made. 4-3-24, a motion by Lynch, seconded by Abraham, moved to authorize the zoning inspector and township administrator to initiate a business registration and certificate of occupancy program and establish appropriate fees for cost recovery not to exceed $250. Also authorize the waiving of the initial registration fee for existing businesses. Conditional use hearing fees for existing businesses may be waived based upon review by the zoning inspector. The township administrator and/or zoning inspector will consult with the prosecutor on the waiving of the conditional use hearing for existing businesses. Roll call, Lynch and Abraham are ayes. Urick was a no. And Trustee Urick will provide a formal resolution for the business registration and certificate of occupancy program with recommended fee structure at the April 23rd, 2024 meeting. A public hearing will be held on 5/7/24 for rezoning from GB1 and RAG to a mixed-use MU3 overlay for parcel numbers 050004500040 and 05000460000001. Trustee Lynch went over some information and provided the other trustees with information to study prior to the public hearing. Also under zoning regarding sandstone signage specifications, Amherst Township Zoning Resolution PDD Section 1208C Accessory Use Regulations clearly states prior to a final development plan being approved for any portion of any subdistrict, the applicant shall submit design standards and criteria for signs and fences, which shall be applicable to the final plan being submitted and to all remaining areas in the subdistrict. Unfortunately, the township's planned development district regulations are not clear on the process of approving the sign and fence design standards and criteria. Lacking a clear approval process, Trustee Lynch suggested the township follow the approval process outlined in Section 121B2, amendments to preliminary development plan, requiring approval by both the Zoning Commission and the Board of Trustees. Attached is a copy of the Sandstone Development Commercial and Residential Signage Design Standards and Allowances. Trustee Lynch recommended that this go through the current process already established. Everyone concurred. Under Road, Park, and Cemetery, Road Superintendent Smarsh was absent, but Trustee Lynch noted that we did receive approved funding for both our OPWC projects for the Moss Canyon Drive concrete replacement and Middle Ridge Road resurfacing from the Brownhelm Township line to existing pavement joint at Quarry Road. We also received approval and have the MOUs for Hidden Valley Storm Sewer and Catch Basin Repair Replacement. Under complaints, they are being handled by the designated individual. Trustee Urick had a question regarding getting a reduction for the stormwater fee waiver. He is trying to locate plans for the Township Hall expansion, which occurred in 2009. Trustee Lynch will attend the Solid Waste Consortium meeting on April 17, 2024 for Trustee Urick. No new business. The next regularly scheduled meeting will be Tuesday, April 23, 2024 at 7 p.m. at the Amherst Township Hall. For 424, a motion by Lynch, seconded by Urick to adjourn at 8:25 p.m. All ayes.
Are there any changes or corrections to the April 9th, 2024 meeting minutes?
I have none.
I have none either.
All right, I make a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Lynch?
Yes.
Urick?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes.
Okey-dokey. Then I have the financials. Under the payment listing you have in front of you, there is nothing out of the ordinary. Monthly bills. If there's any questions? There's a half-month payroll in there. And
Well, Chris, before you go on the credit card, then I'm going to make a motion to approve the financial reports and the payment of the items on the payment listing as specified in the documents provided by the fiscal officer.
Second.
Lynch?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes.
Urick?
Yes.
I was just going to go over the year-to-date money before I
Gotcha.
went to the credit card.
You can do that if you want to say that.
I will just tell you that, give you an update. Our revenue summary year-to-date, revenue is $675,889.37. Got that, David?
Yeah.
And our expenditures are $304,850.23. Also with our latest, just to make you aware, Neil, you probably already know because you see the trades. I took $300,000 from our property tax and put it into Star Ohio since we're doing very well in Star
Good.
Ohio.
Yes, it is.
And then you also have the credit card or statement for March in front of you.
We had receipts to match up with all of the charges, so I'm going to make a motion of credit card review. Account transaction detail has been reviewed per policy. The card statement is accepted as presented, subject to investigation.
Second.
Lynch?
Yes.
Urick?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes.
Is there anything else there, Chris?
That is all I have, sir.
Okay, I do want to make a statement. Now, we do have at 7:30, we do have a public bid opening for a couple of road projects. So at this point, I'd like to welcome everyone in attendance. If anyone has anything to bring before the trustees, please raise your hand. And Mr. Resendez, if you want to introduce yourself.
Thank you, trustees. My name is Rich Resendez, and I'm a candidate for the position of Lorraine County Sheriff. I'll be on the November ballot, November 5th. I just wanted to start and tell the board, back in October or November of last year, when we started this campaign, Amherst Township was my first stop. I was welcome here, and I'm still welcome today, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak. It was my first stop, and we were able to hit 17 out of 18 townships from October, November till the primary date. So I believe we did get our message out, the message of the experience and what I bring to the table. You know, now, moving past the primary, it's about what am I going to do? What am I going to offer? What are the voters going to expect? And I want to lay out my plans, and I'll just give you a couple ideas of moving the sheriff's office forward in a proactive, making it a proactive agency. You know, the big thing that I heard from 17 townships out of 18 was bringing back the deputies, the community policing program that we had years ago. Having somebody responsible for a township. And that I was there when that happened. It was a very positive program back then, and that's one of my objectives, to bring that back. And how do you bring that back? You have to be able to fund that. And I have a relationship and relationships with the current Board of Commissioners, and I have relationships with the candidates for the Board of Commissioners. So I believe whoever's sitting in that seat, I have that relationship to bring that funding so we can establish that community policing program back, and we can get the deputies back in the townships and put a face with a name so they can talk to a deputy and say, hey, this is what's going on in my township. The second thing I would like to do, and again, I appreciate the time, is use the sheriff's office as a positive agency. Not only when things go haywire in your life, where something bad happens and you have to call the sheriff's office at the worst time in your life. I want to use it as a positive, proactive conduit to get the message out for community organizations. You know, if I'm able to, through the sheriff's office, to get that message out, to get the meaning and what they're trying to accomplish, you know, that's a win. And I'll give you just a quick example. We met with an autism awareness group the other day, and they had some concerns. And as we talked about that, you know, I thought, well, here's a couple ideas, and they were very receptive to those ideas. Again, we can use the sheriff's office as that conduit to get that message out. So I appreciate the time, trustees. I'm a familiar face. Hopefully I'm a familiar face to the board. And Chris, you know, I see her all the time. So I will be around. And again, I appreciate the time to address the residents of Amherst Township. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming out, Rick.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, we'll move on. Correspondence, Chris?
I don't really have any correspondence. I did hand you two things that we received that were for today. Great timing. But I wanted to make mention that we did receive the MORE grant from Otarma. I just got it in the mail today. It has increased from $500 to $1,000. So we got that in today's mail.
Good. Anything else there?
That's it.
All right, David?
I have nothing to bring forward at this time.
Okay, Denny?
Nothing to bring forward.
Okay, and I'll just mention the correspondence Chris received. Linda got a copy of it by email, and since I happen to be an adjoining property owner, I received correspondence from the county. This was in regards to a Lorraine County Subdivision Review Subcommittee meeting that happened today at 2 o'clock. And David was there also, as were several of our residents that received notices. So this was for the final plan for 4 seasons of Sandstone, Phase 1, which was 48 lots, and then also the final plan for the sand mill, Sandstone Mill, sand mill run, which was 43 lots, and that Phase 1 for those has already been approved through the site plan review from our zoning commission. Then there was a preliminary review by the subdivision review subcommittee for Phase 2 of 4 seasons, which will be, that's going to be an additional 28 lots, and then for the Sandstone Mill, which will be an additional 40 lots. And all of those were recommended for approval to county planning, which will meet this coming Thursday on those particular phases of the Sandstone development. There was also, and there's a copy in your packet of a correspondence from the prosecutor's office for a zoning seminar, which will be on Wednesday, May 29th, 5:30 to 8 o'clock at the New Russia Township Lodge. And there is for a response to Kelly Lobenthal with your RSVP if you're going to attend. I would encourage all the elected officials and zoning inspector to attend that. The notice has been sent out to both the Board of Zoning Appeals and our Zoning Commission, and they typically have quite a few of their members do attend that training session. I think that's all I have for important notices and correspondence here. We'll just move on until the bid opening. Ambulance, Denny?
Nothing under ambulance.
Okay. We do have, in your packet here, there are 3 resolutions. If you recall, at a previous meeting, we discussed a change in the bylaws for the Sandstone Joint Ambulance District, and a couple of the changes expands the board membership. So whereas the township previously had only 2 members, we will now have 3 members on that board. There's also the option of providing alternates. Alternates obviously would ensure that there's always a quorum present so that business can be conducted. All of these meetings are scheduled at the Amherst Fire Station with membership from the village of South Amherst, the city of Amherst, and Amherst Township. So each one of the 3 communities will now have 3 representatives on that particular board with the potential for alternates. So with that, the first resolution that's prepared here is appointing David Freeman as one of the township representatives and they do specify now a period of 4 years for the term. The previous bylaws, actually, it seemed like you're on there for life. Not that that's a negative, but I know that the existing board thought that it might be helpful for people to know that there is a term limit. They thought people would be more willing to serve in a volunteer capacity when they know that it's not a life sentence. So the way this is written is this is appointing Mr. Freeman to the board, but it does give the option here in Section 2 that if the trustees don't appoint a successor, he will continue to serve, just so that we don't have any open position at any time until the trustees appoint a replacement. So I'm not going to read through this. I'm just going to make the motion here of appointing Mr. David Freeman as a township representative of the Sandstone Joint Ambulance District Board.
Second. Second.
Which one got the second there, Chris?
I'm going to put David down.
Okay. Any discussion? All right, roll call, Chris?
Lynch?
Yes.
Yuri?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes. And
No.
what's the resolution number?
That is
on
4-8.
1048?
4-8-24.
4824.
Okay, and the second one is just to officially appoint myself as one of the other members. I'm expecting this for me to be a temporary period till we get another member on there. We currently do have Denny serving on the ambulance board and has for some time, but where we lost a person is Linda Horvath has turned in her resignation. Linda served on the board representing the township for quite a few years. But as she's conveyed to me, she wants to spend more time with her grandchildren and traveling and spoiling them. So she just said at this point, she just wants to have some more time to actually do those activities. So I'll make a motion to appoint myself to the Sandstone Joint Ambulance Board District.
I'll second.
Any other discussion? Okay, roll call, Chris?
Lynch?
Yes.
Murig?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes. Now 4/9/24.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the next one, we're going to have to do something else with. I didn't realize, I was going to have David serve as an alternate or fill in, but David shared with me there might be a conflict of interest. I wasn't aware at the time that he has a family member that works at Light Care, so he asked that we not appoint him to the alternate. So you can just ignore that one there, and there are some other candidates in mind that I'll be talking with.
Chris Kish?
I didn't say that.
I did.
Okay, the sheriff's not present. Okay, zoning, Sam?
Yep, not a lot going on. You all have the permit logs. As you can see, we're at 13 permits here to date. One new house, I believe that was out on Quarry Road. Well, permit for it. And that's really all I have. If you have any questions?
Where on Quarry Road?
It's a lot right now. He didn't start it. It's on the west side of Quarry, and it's probably, I don't know, a mile from, is that where Middle Ridge and Rice Road, that intersection there, that store? So it's south of that intersection.
South?
hmm
In the quarry properties?
There's a lot out there, yeah. I can't explain it very much, but right now he's just got his RV sitting there.
You know where that's at, Jenny?
No, I don't.
What was the number given to it?
You mean the address? I'd have to look at the permit.
All right. Okay. Where that was.
You have any other questions there, David?
No, that's it.
Well, Sam, you're going to have, once they get the utilities connected here for sandstone development, I'm sure you're going to see more activity.
Yeah.
Probably similar to what they're seeing in Eaton and Columbia Township. Already just this year, Columbia Township's had 68 permits for single-family homes. So I'm expecting
So
that's
far
going to,
this year?
just this year. So we just had, there's over 150 homes that between preliminary and final approval already. So, once they get through all the county process and the township process, they'll be putting those homes up pretty quick.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we still have some time here. We did discuss at the last meeting, Lyndon, Sam, and Chris Nyhart, our fire prevention officer, and Tom Horseman, our chief building official for non-residential, have still been working on the business registration and certificate of occupancy, and we had given them the authorization to continue, and also with fees not to exceed $250. What you've got now is some of the same information in terms of the cost estimates that you received last meeting, plus the prosecutor's correspondence on the authority for this, and then Georgianne's included the township fee update here to include those, and then they've also got the 4 different letters that would be going out to the businesses. The difference is, are you a new business? Are you an existing business? Are you a business that may need a conditional use? So they've got it separate for each one, so that's all been in the packet here. Hopefully you've had a chance to go over that in detail. But I'm going to make the motion that the zoning inspector and the township administrator are authorized to implement a business registration and certificate of occupancy program. The initial registration fee will be $125 and an annual renewal fee of $100. is established to recover the fire prevention officer inspection costs and township administrative costs. The initial business registration fee of $125 will be waived for existing businesses if all registration documents are returned to the township by June 30th, 2024. If not returned by June 30th, 2024, existing businesses will be required to pay the full cost of the registration fee. Section 2, conditional use hearing fees for existing businesses that are not currently permitted in a zoning district may be waived based upon review by the zoning inspector. The township administrator and/or zoning inspector will consult with the prosecutor on the waiving of the conditional use hearing for existing businesses. Section 3, the resolution shall be immediately in full force and effect from the earliest period permitted by law, and the rest is all boilerplate. So that'll be my motion.
Second.
Is there any other discussion?
I would just like to add that the fee is specified in this resolution, so that I'm content in that way. I know the last meeting brought up, I wasn't content with having someone other than trustees set the fee, formally set the fee, so I'm content with that now. We're
Okay.
setting the fees. We're putting our approval on it.
Yeah, we didn't have, there wasn't a prepared resolution at the last meeting, David, so it's kind of last minute. You have something there, Georgianne? Oh. Okay. Yeah, maybe pull your microphone up closer to you, David.
Amy has a question about the fees in the motion. You're welcome.
All right, is there any other discussion? Sam, did you have anything, or you're?
No.
All right, then roll call, Chris?
Lynch?
Yes.
Urick?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes,
And the number?
That is 410.
what, I don't have that one. This is it?
Yep. Okay, we're going to move into the bid opening here for the two road projects, one being Middle Ridge Road from the Brownhelm Township line to the intersection with Quarry Road, and the other one
Okay.
for some concrete replacement down in Moss
Well,
Canyon.
let me just do the formality. Are there any bids out there coming in? No one has a bid, there's, yours in, okay. Just want to make sure, 'cause sometimes people come in at the last minute with a bid. I want to make sure, okay, no other bids out there? All right, now we go to the bid opening.
Take care of it.
Bye-bye, Rich.
You got them separated there, Kevin? Are they separated between Middle Ridge and Moss Canyon?
Just
Did you get any new ones since we had this list put together? Okay.
No, we just have, and then this one. No, I got mine. Or I grabbed one. What do you want to do first?
That's what I was going to ask you, which one you're going to open up
Let's
first
see,
there.
What do I have sitting here?
I-
Let's do Middle Ridge. Okay, the first one I have is Carvo, which is number 5 on your list. This is for Middle Ridge Road resurfacing. And this is Carvo. Their total bid is $162,665.50.
You repeat that, Chris?
Yes, $162,665.50. The next one is Picosing. And theirs is, they are number 3 on your list, $166,610.13. $166,610.13. Now we have Precision, which is number 6 on your list. Theirs is $147,720.95.
$147.
$147,720.95. Erie Blacktop, which is number 7 on your list. And they are $159,582. $159,582. And Crossroads, which is number 1 on your list. And they are $139,237. $139,237. And that is all that I had for Middle Ridge.
Total of 5.
Yes, sir.
Okay, nothing from Roniak, nothing. Builders Exchange is a clearinghouse.
Yeah, they just wanted us to know afterwards. Okay, now for Moss Canyon. The first one I have is from MCU, which is number 5 on your list. This is entirely different. Here we go. Okay, their total bid for this is $112,403.55.
Again,
$112,403.55. Sandstone, number 1 on your list. Their bid is $120,861.83.
Again,
$120,861.83. Fabrizi. Number 7 on your list. They do these all different. Their bid is $114,953.50.
again,
$114,953.50. Primor Corp., number 8 on your list. Their bid is $125,875.50. Need it again?
yes, would you please?
$125,875.50. Dennis Concrete, number 3 on your list. Their bid is $104,295.50.
$195.
$104,295.50. Got it?
Got it.
And lastly, we have E.L. Smith, number 9 on your list. And their bid is $108,594. $108,594.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll move on here. I don't know, Sam, if you had anything else on zoning?
Nope, nope,
Okay.
I think we're good. We're all paid up on all our lawn cleaning. Complaints are all in pretty good shape. No, I think we're all right.
Good. Just a reminder for the trustees, there will be a public hearing for a map amendment before the zoning commission on Tuesday, May 7th. That'll be the request to change from general business to an RAG to a mixed-use 3. That's in that would be the southeast corner there, pretty much between Middle Ridge and State Route 58 in that area. There will also be the review of the signage design standards and evaluation criteria per the preliminary plan amendment process for sandstone. Okay, our fire prevention officer's not here, so move on to roads, parks, and cemeteries. Superintendent Smarsh.
Basically mowing, going crazy with the mowing, trimming. Is into a heated pothole situation. We had a breakdown on the plate tamper. Needed all new rubber mounts and a pan gasket on the Honda engine. I finished that up today. We got that rolling. It's run real good now, so we'll be back on it tomorrow. We went through dumpster days. There was a little bit of a mix-up. They didn't give us our 2 change-out dumpsters on Friday, so we filled the salt shed full, and then we ended up, come Monday, they flipped out the 2 dumpsters, and then we ended up filling them, so it was a pain in the butt, but we got through it. It's all good. Got just about a full dumpster of scrap steel, so that's a good one there.
Right, it is, helps offset some of the cost.
Yes, definitely. A lot of it was heavy steel as well. But dealing with a bunch of water flooding issues. Sam and I have been working on a bunch of them that have popped up over the past, month because of all the rain. Most of them are out of our jurisdiction, if I may say, but I've been trying to do whatever I could to help the issues and see if I have any records of drainage that possibly be plugged and or which way. And we've gotten through some of the stuff that, had been root problems and whatnot. If I could start from the right of way and go through, but they're everywhere though. I mean, people, the ground's so saturated and it's starting to dry out now, but now we had this little bit of rain today, which shouldn't hurt it too much. Temperatures go up, it'll start drying it out better, but we've been getting through.
Is that what you predominantly found is plugged tiles, or?
Yes, that's exactly what it was, and or collapsed.
Okay. Yeah, and I know that, and I think you did share that email with the trustees. Kevin's also pulled some, I guess I'll call them log jams, even though it didn't get to the point where it completely blocked it up. But with some of these storms, we've had trees falling and, trees floating downstream that, then back up and cause issues. I did look at the tree you guys had to clear on K Drive. That was a monster tree.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys had a chance to drive down there, but if you get a chance, you might want to take a trip. That tree's been, it's been there longer than anybody's been alive here.
Probably most of us put together.
Where was that at the end of the road?
At the very end of the road, it was on the north side of the road. We have it all cleared out, it's all good to go, but the stump is still there. Still
But that was next to the drive to the
retention pond there, or tank, yes.
Oh, the tree's removed now then? 'Cause
Yes.
I saw it all stacked up there just even this past weekend maybe.
Okay, so what you see is stacked up there is the guy had the tree taken
That
down.
fell on?
Yeah, and then the homeowner where that tree came down, they had their big tree taken down and just set across the road because that guy's gonna end up.
Okay. Yeah, I saw the stump. It looked like it had come right off the ground there.
Yeah, that was the tree that came down. then all that wood that's stacked there, that is the trees that homeowner had taken down, because, you know, it took out some of that one, and that's a big tree, dude. He left a stump there, it's gotta be a 15-foot stump. You know, he's gonna have something carved in it. But, yeah, that tree, it wasn't gonna take too much, and that one probably would've, and that was heading right for his house. So, it's all cleared up good now, so.
Okay, good. Any other questions for Kevin?
No, I have none.
I just want to let you know that Administrator Armbruster signed the MOUs today, so.
Oh, great, thanks, Chris. Those are the MOUs for the mini grants she's referring to, Kevin.
Yep, okey-doke.
All right, the trustees, you also have in your packet, this is for the 2025 winter season salt bid that ODOT does, and if we want to participate, which obviously we do, so we get a better price by joining in with the state. And Kevin's indicated he wants to, again, stick with the 400 ton that we've used in the last couple of years. I guess I just want to make sure here, and it does have the fiscal office, because Chris indicated you're going to enter this, Chris, online?
Yes,
Is that correct?
I've got it all ready to go.
Okay, and you'll see section 2 left it open where it could be Kevin, Linda, or Chris, but Chris is going to take care of it. Okay,
Is there any reason you dated this 18,000 years into the future?
or,
The
could have
resolution.
been a slip there, David. It's,
Yeah, 20,274.
yeah, just cross out that 7, that's,
There you are. Oh, that looks a little better.
I'm glad you caught that one.
Right, they'd be all set for 18,000 years from now.
For the number of hours spent putting this together,
I
that's
know,
the only
Neil,
mistake
I
I have. So, okay, well, there's no need to read through this then. We know it's all pretty much boilerplate. The resolution itself, most of the wording is provided by ODOT. So, and the hyperlink is shown in there. Chris has gone through this before.
And it's 400, is that what we're?
Yeah, 400 ton. Yeah, and that's in, section is it?
Oh, that's right, I saw the
You
email.
found
Is that
it?
what we did this past year, Kevin? That number ring your bell.
It's in section 2.
Yep. Yeah, right at the end.
411, 24.
This should be for, you're correct, 411.
Okay, so I'll make the motion authorizing participation in the ODOT winter salt contract 018-25 awarded in 2024 as authorized by the Ohio Revised Code Section 5513.01 Division B.
Second.
You see the header came off there too. Probably when I was deleting some of the sections here from an older resolution. Any other discussion?
411.
Nope. We're good to go, Chris.
Lynch,
Yes.
Euring,
Yes.
Abraham.
Yes.
Yes, and that is 411, because I had the other one in there with David that we
Yep.
pulled out. That's why I thought it was 12.
And I've got no report to give on Lorco. See the complaints, pretty much. Sam's addressed the ones in terms of zoning. I'm not sure if, David, is the street lighting, is that still open then?
Yeah, street lighting's still open.
Okay, and then Kevin, as far as the park trail lighting, is that still open? Waiting for Butchko to get that replaced?
Yeah, I got a call today as well about the light on the pathway from Hidden Valley Drive. That light's been messed around. I called Ohio Edison, probably close to 2 weeks ago, and still haven't had a resolution in it, so I'll give them a call again tomorrow.
Okay. All right, well, that's all the business I had that had to be taken care of. For the items under specific trustee responsibility, is there anything to bring forward?
I have
No, but I
nothing.
think I need all of you guys to sign that.
Okay.
How about this?
On the contract?
We decided we're not doing that. David said just pull it because he considered it a conflict.
Okay.
All right, if there's no other business, our next regular meeting will be at 7 o'clock on Tuesday, May 14th. Any need for a work session, Kevin?
No, sir.
Okay. Any need for an executive session?
No.
Okay, then I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Lynch?
Yes.
Urick?
Yes.
Abraham?
Yes.